Right at the start, I awakened my talent. Other people got stuff like holy light that could heal beasts instantly, or blood magic that could drain an enemy dry. But me, I got the shortest-lived talent of all, the necromancer talent. Because any beast tamer who awakens a necromancy talent ends up cursed with the most vicious doom curse there is. My classmates all laughed at me, calling me a dead man walking. What they didn't know was that my talent had bound itself to the undead calamity system. Nether Demon Phoenix King, Infernal Keelan, Starsky Imperial Dragon, countless god-tier beasts long thought extinct, would fight across the heavens by my side. And 3 days from now, at the national exam, I'd make a name for myself with a straight-up dimensional stomp. A wicked smile curled at the corner of my mouth. In the blink of an eye, those 3 short days were gone. The Shenzhou Federation had arrived at the most important day of the year. National Exam Day. At the Yunhai City test site, for most candidates, getting into a second or third-rate academy would already be lucky. A top-tier academy? Most people wouldn't even dare dream about it. But I walked straight toward one of the best, the testing zone for Origin Academy. The proctor in charge, a top-tier female instructor, was my cousin Lu Yao. Her beautiful face was full of worry. Just last night, she tried to talk sense into me, telling me to go for some third-rate school and stay alive. Then a cocky whistle cut through the air. Lu Yan, the Lu family's golden boy, strolled over with his hands in his pockets. Cousin, do I really need to take the test, when I'm already basically a lock? Lu Yao froze for a second, then her face turned cold again. Right now, I'm not your cousin. I'm the proctor. Watch your mouth! Sure, respected proctor. Lu Yan activated his beast seal with a smug look on his face. Just to make everyone happy, I'll go through the motions and prove myself with raw strength. A thunderous roar exploded. A savage beast appeared out of nowhere, wrapped in crackling lightning, with 4 fang-like tusks jutting out. It was the juvenile form of an epic bloodline beast, the Violet Thunder Berserk Lion. Just as Lu Yan was getting ready to show off, the crowd blew up because of me. Isn't that the Lu family's loser? The short-lived freak? He actually showed up for the national exam? With my obvious white hair and crimson eyes, I ignored all the mockery and walked straight to the exam zone. When Lu Yao saw me, her eyes lit up for a second. Then she frowned in confusion. Xiaoming, why are you here? Proctor? I'm applying to Origin Academy. The second I said that, the entire place looked at me like I was some escaped mental patient. Lu Yan stared blankly for a moment, then threw an arm over my shoulder. My dear little cousin, did a donkey kick you in the head? You awakened the weakest necromancy talent, and still think you can apply to Origin Academy? I looked him dead in the eye, my cold gaze sliding past that Violet Thunder Berserk Lion. Its stats were decent enough. Lu Yan, that beast of yours, you and your dad got it by trading away the resources and connections my mom left behind, didn't you? I hit him right where it hurt. His eyes instinctively flickered. Then he snapped in embarrassment and rage. Bullshit! I got this beast because of my own skill. It has nothing to do with your dead mother. Student Lu Yan, watch your words. Lu Yao barked sharply, then turned to me. Xiaoming, are you really sure about applying to Origin Academy? I'm sure. I didn't waste time with any more nonsense. I pressed my handprint down. When Lu Yan saw that, he burst out laughing. You maniac. Origin Academy? A school like that would never admit a short-lived freak who won't even be alive much longer. To him, with the doom curse on me, I was basically a corpse 2 weeks early. I let a faint smile creep onto my lips and said nothing until I summoned the Nether Demon Phoenix. I couldn't be bothered to waste another word on him. Lu Yao took a deep breath, trying to force down the mess in her heart. Candidate Lu Yan, begin your test. Next candidate, Lu Ming, please get ready. Lu Yan shot me a look full of contempt. What's coming next is going to show you the gap between you and me. The national exam used one standard for everyone. Whoever killed the most Origin fiends won. The cage in the testing area opened, and a steelback giant crocodile charged out, its entire body gleaming with cold metallic light. Lu Yan, all arrogance, commanded the Violet Thunder Berserk Lion into a vicious attack. Thunder power exploded everywhere, and the giant crocodile dropped to the floor, scorched black. The crowd started praising him right away. An epic bloodline really is insane. And with his blood fiend talent, the Violet Thunder Berserk Lion can deal damage and turn the enemy's life force into its own. As the exam went on, Lu Yan racked up kill after kill. By the time the 25th steelback giant crocodile collapsed in a pool of blood, he was dripping with sweat. His soul power was completely drained, and he was panting so hard, he couldn't keep fighting. Student Lu Yan, 25 kills. Lu Yao announced it. That was his limit. At the same time, the big screen refreshed the current top 4 scores. For Origin Academy's exam track, Mu Qingshuang, 41 kills. Zhu Jian, 33 kills. Susha, 30 kills. Lu Yan, 25 kills. Origin Academy's admission system, only accepted. The top 4 from Yunhai City's test zone. So this list looked exactly like everyone expected. Everybody knew. These 4 geniuses had basically been locked in before the test even started. Showing up was just a formality. Lu Yan looked at his score and walked over to me, full of himself. So little bro, how do you like my score? To everyone watching, this was already over. Lu Yan getting his acceptance letter was basically a done deal. No one believed that I, the short-lived freak, with the necromancy talent, could knock him out of the top 4. Seriously, I don't get it. You know you're dying young, and you're still here daydreaming. Listening to the mockery all around me, I stared back with scarlet eyes, cold as death. The times have changed. Starting right now, I'll prove it. The necromancy talent is the #1 talent in the world. I let out a low, steady shout, and necrotic energy spread out in silence. The beast mark on my wrist glowed crimson, and in an instant, the space behind me twisted and split apart. Out of the black mist pouring like a flood, an ancient stone gate, wrapped in snarling ghost faces, burst open. Lu Yao gasped, "The gates of the underworld! Only a myth-grade necromancy beast can open the gates of the underworld." Everyone was stunned. In this era, even demigod bloodlines were nearly extinct. So how could a short-lived freak like me have a myth-grade beast? Then in the next second, a phoenix cry tore through the sky. A giant shadow burning with undead fire shot out of the underworld gate and hovered above my head. Its wings, shaped like the Grim Reaper's scythes, beat once and filled the whole place with a crushing aura of extinction. A pure-blood phoenix. So that's what you contracted. An ancient mythic bloodline. A jolt flashed through Lu Yao's mind, and she shouted excitedly, "A pure blood phoenix has the power of rebirth. It can nullify every life-based curse." Xiao Ming, your talent doesn't have a side effect anymore. Necromancy. It's going back to the top. Lu Yan kept shaking his head, backing away without thinking. No way. I swept him with an icy sideways glance, like I was passing judgment on trash. All these years, I called you cousin, and you really thought I saw you as family? The test begins. The nether demon phoenix spread its wings. A blaze of necrofire dropped from the sky. The first steelback giant crocodile was instantly burned to ash, not even giving the death harvest effect time to trigger. Then I became an artist of beast slaughter, commanding the nether demon phoenix through a pure massacre. 25, 50. That overbearing crimson flame crushed the so-called chosen geniuses so hard they couldn't even lift their heads. At that moment, genius was nothing more than the threshold I stepped over on my way up. The moment my kill count hit 50, I had already become number 1 in the Yunhai City test zone. In the crowd, Mu Qingshuang, the Mu family's golden prodigy, who had been in first place, lifted her deep, unreadable eyes. If a monster like me hadn't shown up, the valedictorian title should have been hers. But I didn't stop. You're kidding, right? This has to be fake. 80 already. The crowd's expression shifted. From shock to pure blankness, Lu Yao forced down her disbelief, staring at me like she couldn't believe what she was seeing. He's killed 80 in a row. That should have drained a huge amount of soul power, and yet his breathing is still steady. There's not even a trace of fatigue on his face. What she didn't know was that I was a transmigrator. 2 lives, 1 person. I had twin souls. So my soul power was already twice that of anyone my age. By then, live stream chats across the country had completely exploded. Hundreds of millions of viewers flooded the screen with comments. Pure blood phoenix bloodline. He's already at 90. He's about to break the record. Then the 100th steelback giant crocodile fell, and the entire test site erupted. The all-time national exam record had been 99. I pushed it into triple digits. Right there in front of everyone. I chose to stop my score at 100. My breathing was still steady. No flushed face. No sweating. In the crowd, Mu Qingshuang tucked her purple hair behind her ear and murmured to herself, 100 was just to break the record. That wasn't even his limit. He's a monster with a brain. Someone like that makes the best ally. Even though she lost the top spot, her evaluation of me stayed completely objective. Once the test ended, this year's national valedictorian was decided without a shred of doubt. This rising supernova would shake the whole Shenzhou Federation as the strongest valedictorian in history. The news even hit the front pages of the other 6 human nations. By the admissions rules, Yunhai City only had 4 slots. Lu Yan was out. On the stage of the national exam, it became the iconic scene of a younger cousin personally taking down the older one. Right then, high in the sky, 3 major figures descended on the Yunhai test site, each riding a different flying beast. They were Wu Yangfeng, president of Devouring Heaven Academy, Chen Changsheng, president of Thunder Academy, and Zheng Zhenshan, president of Berserker Academy. 3 of the 4 presidents of the Shenzhou Federation's top 4 beast tamer academies had shown up at the same time. Their purpose was obvious. They were here to fight over me. All 3 were legendary figures. They hadn't spent their lives only on the battlefield. They devoted themselves to finding and cultivating the next generation of prodigies. Before I knew it, the 3 presidents had already surrounded me, their eyes warm and burning. Good, so good, this kid is unbelievable. No wonder he's the strongest national valedictorian in history. He's got talent written all over him, killing 100 steelback giant crocodiles in a row and still staying this calm. What kid his age could match that kind of composure? Lu Yan collapsed to the ground like he'd had his soul ripped out. Watching me surrounded by those 3 giants, speaking calmly and naturally, he finally realized that after this exam, we didn't even belong in the same world anymore. If he couldn't stop my growth, everything in the Lu family would end up back in my hands, and he would lose his right to inherit the Blood Shadow Guild. Then the 3 presidents threw out their offers directly. Chen Changsheng spoke first, unable to hide his urgency. Student Lu Ming, if you're willing, the doors of Thunder Academy are wide open for you. Zhang Zhenshan jumped in right after him. Our Berserker Academy can offer you the highest possible scholarship, plus a private villa. Wu Yangfeng went even more direct. Lu Ming, our Devouring Heaven Academy resource vault, still has a lot of evolution materials for necromancy beasts. You know what that means. Faced with all those eager invitations, I hadn't even opened my mouth yet, when suddenly, dust started flying in the distance. Move, everybody move! A one-eyed boarhound charged through the crowd like a moving hill. It slammed to a stop, and the middle-aged man on its back went flying face first into the dirt. He scrambled up, not even caring that he looked like a mess, and grabbed my hand tight. Student Lu Ming, nice to meet you. I'm Zhu Fugi, president of Origin Academy. Lu Yao bowed respectfully. President, what brings you here? What else? I'm here in person. To hand the national valedictorian his acceptance letter. Wu Yangfeng frowned. Piggy Zhu, your Origin Academy doesn't even have necromancy resources. How exactly are you supposed to train Lu Ming? Zhu Fugui swore on the spot. As long as student Lu Ming agrees to come, I'll spend every last coin I have to gather the rarest necromancy materials in the world for him. All 4 presidents turned to look at me, waiting for the final verdict. In that moment, Lu Yan's heart reignited with a little hope. Devouring Heaven Academy was the top dog among the 4, and it had resources too. Lu Ming would definitely choose Devouring Heaven, and if he did, then I could slide into Origin Academy as the replacement. I glanced at Lu Yan and let the corner of my mouth lift. I choose Origin Academy. The second those words left my mouth, the light in Lu Yan's eyes went out. Wu Yangfeng looked confused. Zhu Fugui's face started trembling with excitement. Student Lu Ming, thank you for giving us this chance. But why us? That was the question everyone wanted answered. I stared at Lu Yan, who was trembling all over, and said coldly, because there's one dog out there who doesn't deserve to set foot in Origin Academy. The whole crowd got it instantly. I chose Origin Academy for one reason, to squeeze Lu Yan out and make sure he failed completely. I took the acceptance letter and walked over to Lu Yan. Cousin, weren't you so fond of baring your teeth and grinning in my face? Why aren't you smiling now? Does it hurt that bad inside? I looked down at him like he was garbage. The older cousin's a failed loser. The younger one is the national valedictorian. So tell me, who's really the little one here? I don't even have to say it. Everybody gets it. The crowd's mockery came crashing down on him like a wave. Lu Yan's whole face turned red, and he ran off in humiliation.